All right, you guys, we're going to do a quick tutorial on learning how to use the clipping mask. Okay, and so you'll see a little bit what I've done already, but I'll just delete this to show you how this works. Basically, when I was drawing Bill and I was thinking about, um, let's show you what I was looking at when I made this kind of decision. I'm beginning to build just the overall shapes and the things that I'm seeing, and I'm using uh, my stroke and fill here on my color window. And so I have these little arrows I can use to switch those out. And so it helps me see my drawing. And as I look at my drawing, um, I'm just thinking about imagining texture in the beanie and the beard. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create some texture. And sometimes with illustration, with vector illustration, if you really like flat designs, that's great. But sometimes you want some more visual depth, and so visual texture is important. Um, so let's play with Bill's beard here, which certainly has texture you might want to create. And so I have the overall shape built first, and that's important. You can see it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the paintbrush tool. And you can actually use shape tool. You could use your pen tool to do this. But I like having a little bit of like, wrinkled edges and uh, the paintbrush aesthetic is what I'm interested in. So I'm going to click on my paintbrush tool. And you notice I already have a different brush selected. But when I go to look at um, my paintbrushes, there's a little stack of books over here, and that's the paintbrush library. And so I can go and click on this and go to artistic, and I have different kind of options here. I'm under the Chark and Charcoal pencil brush, and I can expand this and see all my different options. So I'm actually going to pick maybe this one, this rounded charcoal. I'm going to click on it and use that to then draw on top of uh, this beard area. And I'm just going to go past my shape. And that's the nice thing about clipping mask is it's going to be able to capture everything inside of that. And I'm just going to be drawing kind of like maybe a texture I want to create for just the beard area to give it, um, a little bit like a visual variety. So I'm going to draw over the whole space. Okay. Take a few moments to do that. Everything's the same stroke. I could change the thickness of the line by changing the stroke, of course. That might be something that you do. All right. Almost there. What I'm going to make sure I need to do next is group all of these paintings together. So I'm going to go back to my selection tool, and I'm just going to drag over and make sure I get all of the paintings. Okay, I think I got them all there. But I've also selected some other things I don't need. So I need to deselect those. And I'm going to hold down Shift and click on the beanie and some other things I don't need. And the beard. I don't need that beard shape either. I just want the paintings. This might take me a second to do that. Okay. All right. It's a little bit hard to see things, but I can tell that I only have my paintings selected. Oh, and I have the nose. Whoops. Okay. There we go. So what I'm going to do next is I need to group these together. So I'm going to hit Command G, or I can hit right click and go to group. So now all these paintings are all grouped together. If I was going to move them up or down, they'd all be together. It is really nice because then I don't have to like select them individually. And I can't do the clipping mask unless they're grouped together. So they're all grouped together. Great. Then I'm also going to select the beard shape or whatever shape you want to use to put all these things inside of. So I have my my beard shape selected, and I'm actually going to like copy and paste and put that on top of everything. Okay. You can also just bring the beard shape to the very top of the layer too. I just like that copying and paste is really quick way to do it. And then it also means I have my original drawing there as well. So I just like to do copy and paste, but there's a lot of ways to do it. So I have my beard shape selected, and now I'm going to hit Shift, hold down Shift, and select my painting. So I have two things selected. I have the paintings and I have my beard shape. Good. Now I can right click and I can go down to Make Clipping Mask. And once I do that, voila, all of my drawing fits inside of my beard, which is great. And so maybe what I'll do is play with the colorway a little bit. And so I might change the underlying color to that. Let's see. I got this color here. I could leave it like that. I could, delete the shape. Could delete the other one maybe. Oops. Maybe I want just the lines there. I kind of like that actually. You can see how all those lines follow the overarching shape. But if I wanted to do color underneath, I could still do that. So let's go back to the original beard here. Change this maybe to like a blue, or I could look at my color palette here. Okay, that's kind of weird. Let's see. I can go and change this color a little bit. Okay, we'll work with that. I think I like it without. But in any case, you can always copy and paste and keep it as an option for later. So I have all these other options of using the clipping mask as well. Different textures that you can compare. Okay, I think I like this one the best so far. And one thing that happens too is because I've been working with this a little bit, I've kind of gotten better at figuring out what I want. And so I think one really valuable thing about practicing and experimenting, you get closer to what you need. And then you can always look at all the work you've made and you can compare those. In any case, that's the clipping mask. So I'll do it one more time really quick so we can kind of see with the beanie here. I can take my brush and maybe I just do some really thicker lines. So I might change the stroke over here and just do some big lines here. I don't like that. Let's go back down here. Right. So some big strokes just to add some texture. All right. Boom. There we go. I could just leave it like that, but let's do clipping mask. So I select all of my paintings. I just need the paintings to group them together. Okay, let's see what else I have selected. All this other goody stuff. All right. Group them together. Maybe I changed the color. Let's change the stroke. Okay. And then let's change this. Copy and paste, put the beanie on top. Click the beanie and my painting, make clipping mask. Whoa. Just playing with things here. And there we go. I don't know how I feel about that. I think this needs to be closer to red. So I can double click into my painting and select them again, and I can change the color. So I can make them closer to red. And let's see, I can go here. Maybe change it like darker red, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. What does that look like? Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. But I'm going to get a stopping point here. I'm going to select all that, and I'm going to copy and paste it, put it over here. So at some point, I'm going to have like, hopefully not, but 30 Bill Murray heads here to compare them to. But I think I like this more than some of the other ones. So again, this is the clipping mask. It takes a little bit of time to get used to. You do need to make sure everything's grouped, the things that you want inside the clipping mask, and that your shape, whatever shape you're going to use, is on top of everything else. I think that's the main thing to remember with the clipping mask. So play with it. It takes experimentation. Don't delete any of your experiments. That's really important too. Keep them all there so you can compare and just play around with things and take screenshots of all your work and then put that in your process journal. All right. Hope that was helpful. That's the clipping mask, and have fun. Good luck.